I'm building that 70s show basement and I need to perfectly age this little tiny door. Aging Dollhouse Miniatures is so underrated. Here's how I'm going to show you the process of what I did to make this look like the perfectly aged miniature door. Let's start out with some sandpaper. This is 150 grit, which means the size of the texture of the sandpaper. This is going to make it a lot easier to sand through all the layers of the uneven wood. This process could take about 10 to 15 minutes depending on how detailed you want to be, with scratching down and leveling down all of the parts that are sharp. You can even fold it to get into the small cracks and crevices. I also sanded the small wood bits that are in the window portion. This is going to round them off and make them look like an old aged window. Look at that. Looks so cool. We're going to keep sanding and make sure we flatten out all these parts that look like they're uneven. We also want to do the bottom part where people walk in and out through this door. Old doorways have very worn down wood and also paint. That'll be later on after we're done sanding. There you can see it's starting to get smoothed out. I get a dry, fresh paintbrush and just dust it off. There's dust in all of the little cracks and crevices. You want to make sure to get it out of the way. This is looking really cool. I got a cream color because that is the color of the door, and now I'm going to carefully paint this door. I made sure to get enough paint on the paintbrush so that I could fill all of the little gaps in between this door. This process took me another 10 to 15 minutes, but it's already looking great. If your paint is too thick, you can go ahead and mix a little bit of water in with it, and you're going to get an easier application. Here's how I turn the door and open it up to get other parts that I may have missed. I turned it and realized there was some parts I missed at the bottom edge. So I carefully added more paint. I'm still enjoying myself. It's a lot of fun painting. So let's finish this up and leave the door open and standing up, and that way it can dry fully. In order to age the door, I'm going to get the leftover paint plus a brown and a black. I'm going to add a little bit to the paint cup of the original paint color. A few drops of black is going to help darken it. Let's mix it up and see how much darker it looks. Mixing the paint is a lot of fun. I'm going to add a little bit more because I feel like it's not quite dark enough and I can't tell the difference. So just keep adding paint a little bit at a time, a little squirt at a time, and mix it and see how much darker it is. But I don't want to make it too dark. Acrylic paint dries darker than when it's wet. I'm going to test out the new darker color on the edge, but you do need to let it fully dry to see what it's going to look like. On the right is the original color, on the left is the new color I mixed. So let's start painting the bottom edge. I want to make sure to get the paint in all of the bottom area because that is the dirtiest part of the door. When people walk in and out, they probably have dirty shoes on, and the doorway is going to get dirtier on the bottom than it is on the top. I used a little tissue to wipe off the excess. I made sure to paint every little area that's going to be aged and then wipe off the excess with my tissue. I also wet my little tissue in order to spread the paint a little bit better. The bottom edge is so important, more than any other part of the door. This is already looking really cool and really realistic. The back has not been aged yet and you can see a big difference. So let's blend it with our little tissue that is a moist, wet tissue. And it's acrylic paint, so if you make a mistake, you could always paint over it with the original color. The process took 20 to 30 minutes of just carefully blending and making sure this looked how I wanted. This is the fun part for me because I get to age it to perfection. So I got some more of the original paint color to help blend this a bit more. I felt like some of the parts needed to be a little smoother in the color tone. A dry brush technique was used where the paintbrush has very little original paint on it and you have to keep going over the area over and over. The dry brush technique really helped a lot. It's starting to look so good, but I still think I need to add a tiny bit more detail at the bottom. So very carefully, I got a tiny bit of black paint And we're going to wipe off the excess with our damp little tissue. This is the dirtiest part of the door, and it's going to look the best when you age it. In these little corners, I'm going to add more. This took a little bit longer to blend, but I think it's a very important part. The front and the back, in case somebody opens the door and looks at the back side. The aging process is a lot of fun, but it's also tedious in the sense that you need to apply the paint and dab it a bit to make sure it's blended smoothly. I'm really enjoying the look of this and the whole process, so you might enjoy it too. We did a little bit more on the edges, but now the paint's starting to get mixed and turn into a light gray, which is okay. I'm still going to use that color on the tip of my paintbrush to blend the entire thing. Also, this is where people open and hold the door with their hand. So an old door is going to have a little bit of dirt right where people put their hand often. This is dirt and oil from a person's hand, so it's just going to mimic that dirty old age door. Another tip that I love is putting a little bit of dark paint in the corners. This also helps it look super old, and it could even be a scary technique for a haunted dollhouse. It's looking really good. For the doorknobs, I got these housework doorknobs. I really love these. I use them all the time. They come with a tiny set of keys, so you want to be really careful not to lose those, but they're so perfect. In order to paint these, we're going to use a little bit of gold acrylic paint. This is my favorite gold acrylic paint. We're going to get a tiny bit, but in order to paint the doorknob, it's going to move around. So we're going to use the painter's tape and just apply it there, and now the doorknob is not going to move out of place. It made it so much easier to hold and paint. We do have a front and back doorknob, so we're going to need to stick both of them on and put the gold paint on. If you want to mix your gold paint with a little bit of black, it'll help make it look a little darker as well. I'm getting my favorite Gorilla glue with extra strength in it. And we're also going to wait till our doorknobs are dry. It's been a few hours, so I'm going to apply this much glue, which is a lot, but it's going to work really well. Instead of super glue, I like this wood glue because I can adjust the doorknob in case it's crooked. And now I can lay the door down to fully dry so it doesn't fall off. This little door came with a piece of plexiglass, and it also has a coating that I didn't peel off because it looks kind of cool. It looks old. So I'm going to leave that on there. Now this door looks really good. I'm very happy with the final result. We still need some shutters, but if you subscribe, you'll see the next part where I add this to my tiny sitcom. Let me know in the comments what else you want to see.